Good evening. Hi, Father. Hi, Father Sebastian. I can't hear you. Audio? Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Let's see. Okay.
Morning, Jerry.
Hi, Glinda. Good morning.
I guess they're having trouble finding the link.
Well, I don't hear Michael Davidian is coming in, but Father Sebastian is not able to get audio yet. He had to go back in again.
Oh,
He was on, but I couldn't hear him.
he has to.
Hi, Michael.
Good morning.
Morning. Father Sebastian's having trouble getting his audio to work. So he's coming. He was in already, but then he went back out to try again.
I had trouble getting email, but then I finally got it to get the link, but that took a little while.
Sorry about that. How did you get the link? Did I send it to you or?
You sent it to me in an email a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, but our email system was really slow this morning.
Uh-huh.
But I got it finally.
Yeah. Thanks again for Monday night at the Linda, were you there at the Father at Matt Mahan's lecture?
Yes, I was.
Yeah, I didn't. Michael and I were there. I didn't see you. It was a big crowd. It was about 300 people there.
Yeah.
We got to speak with him afterwards about our idea of a project on AI. So, and Michael is going to work with us on that.
Oh, good. Good.
Have you ever met Michael before?
I don't know. I don't
Well,
think
you're
so.
both at the villages. You're both living at the
Yeah,
villages.
there's thousands here.
Which village are you in, Linda?
I'm in Highland.
Ah, I'm in Montgomery, Village Montgomery.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Do you know Bob Dulce?
Oh, yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah. He used to be a part of our spiritual community. I mean,
Ah,
attended, but I know him. I see him around a lot.
yeah, he is in Montgomery Village also.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But yeah, he's was very active with the
Can't hear you yet,
emergency prayer.
Sebastian.
Here he is.
Okay, he needs to, yeah, did he turn his volume up?
Your audio needs to be up.
He doesn't he's not on silent, but he needs to turn his volume up.
Turn your computer so the audio is higher, maybe. But we don't hear you at all. Can you hear us? You can hear us, but we can't hear him.
Mm-hmm.
Still can't hear you. While you're trying to get that set up, can't hear you.
Mhm.
No audio.
Can you hear us?
He can
You
hear
can hear
us.
us, I think.
Yeah, he can hear us.
Hmm.
So while we're waiting for him to turn on, did you have any questions about our next steps for the possible invitation by the mayor?
Are you asking Linda or
You're Michael
Yeah,
yourself.
no, I'm not involved.
I see. Linda, are you involved in the Global Ministries University?
I do all the financials.
She's our
Ooh,
financial manager.
CFO.
Yeah.
Well, that's important. It
Yeah.
keeps the wheels turning.
Right.
Well, as far as our next steps, I think we can contact the mayor's, uh, chief advisor. That we have her email address, so we can contact her there. And also, I'm waiting to see if we get a response from the mayor's technology and innovation team. I think that would be a good team to work with.
Right.
But I think one of the things we could do is get a list of folks that in Nigeria that we want to send this letter to. or would you just want to send it to the chief imam?
I would want to send it to more than one,
Mhm.
but the chief imam is the one who specifically said he would coordinate a approval from the government for such a journey, you know, to San Jose.
From his government or our government?
From his government, from his side. We would
Uh-huh.
probably still need his government would have to ask for a visa to come to the US. So, you know, government to government, I guess.
Yeah, that's a bit of a process, but I think the initial letter could just be a letter of intent and interest, just saying, you know, we're
Right.
interested, we want to go ahead, mayor is supporting it, and
Yeah.
we'll have to work out the
But he
details.
wanted the letter, they wanted a letter on the mayor's letterhead, you know?
Well, I'm sure the mayor would do that. I mean, from what
Yeah.
he said, just tell me what you want me to write, I'll sign it and send it.
Yeah, that's
Basically,
all we need to do. And did
it's
I give
basically what
you
he
the
said.
chief? Did I give you the name of the chief imam and his email?
You did. We put it in the email to the technology person.
Oh,
We
okay.
put
Yeah. That's
put
the
his name.
starting point. For my understanding is the chief imam would then coordinate it because he works for the government itself.
Mhm.
He's
Do
part of the
you have
government.
any other specific names of people you want to get the letter sent to?
Well, I
mean,
would send it also to the director of UFOC Dialogue, who they're the ones who brought me to Kenya, and I'll send you his email. Emra Phil, let's see what his name is.
he's called director of.
Of UF here comes, see if he's coming in. Let's see if we have him now.
You are getting me now.
You heard something.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I do hear you.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Hi, Faust. A little louder. We can hear you now. Now we can't hear you. It's kind of static.
Oh. Is it okay now?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, wonderful. All right, good morning to all of you.
Now, it looks like there's only, how many of us are on? There's only 4 of us on the call right now. So I don't know if you want to proceed. Now, Michael is a professor at San Jose City College, or is it Evergreen? I forgot now. Wait.
But they're part of the same district.
Yeah.
Sterling's at
He's a professor
Evergreen.
of mathematics. And Linda Gonzalez is our treasurer for GMU. So, and myself, we're the only ones on right now. How do you propose that we spend our time together?
We can deepen the thought that we began last session when we ended looking for some perspective.
I can barely hear you.
Okay, so is it okay? Is it better now?
Now it's better. When you
better.
move closer to the speaker, to the computer, we can hear you.
I had to change the device. I think this one is better than the other computer.
Yeah.
Well, now you're very, very clear right now.
Now it's
right
very
there.
clear. Yeah.
Oh, Okay, wonderful. All right. I was saying that we can deepen the thought that we began last week, looking for way forward on how to implement this initiative and bringing it down to concrete, to real life, and creating opportunities to make this a reality in some context. We were talking about Nigerian context and African context
Right.
as a whole. Mhm.
Yeah,
So
so
meantime,
Michael, I proposed a master's program for students in Africa, particularly Nigeria and hopefully from Cameroon and possibly Kenya, to pursue a degree in ethics and that would be based around development issues in Africa. And
Mhm.
Fazula Fazula Philbin, professor in Nigeria, would be one of the faculty, and Father Sebastien could be part of that. And then another professor from Kenya who has been teaching for us also for some time. He's our African mentor for many students that we have in Kenya and Zambia. We also have some students in Zambia. So the idea would be to try to recruit. This could be scholarship students that would take this master's program on ethical and development issues that would help people in Africa. So this could tie in also, Father Sebastien. We met with the mayor of San Jose on Monday. Michael and I met with him, and we're
okay,
in the process of coordinating an AI conference that would be held in San Jose probably next
okay,
year. So
okay,
one of our goals is to try to, we have made connection with AI companies, technology companies like Google and ChatGPT. And these companies might be mobilized to help spread new forms of education for Africa, for example. Because with these technologies now, you can have a lot of new innovative methods for education. So, for example, in Cameroon, you have a problem between the French-speaking areas and the English-speaking areas. Correct.
exactly,
So
exactly.
some technology that would facilitate better communication in the country could be an example of an AI program that could be developed to reduce some of the tension between the different sections of the country in Cameroon. So this is we're looking at a partnership of GMU with educators. We already have a strong relationship with Nigeria because I spent 2 weeks there and we met a lot of leaders in the country. And we're in the process of extending an invitation for them to come to San Jose next year for a conference with technology leaders, hopefully in AI. And we already have connections with Google and ChatGPT. So we think we can engage them in that conference. And San Jose has a startup for many AI companies right in our city. So that's the idea anyway we're looking at as a long-term project that could benefit Africa and also help the AI companies get engaged more in Africa because Google is investing $1 billion in Nigeria, which is the largest country. I don't know if do you have any technology companies now in Cameroon?
We do have some technology companies like Microsoft, which is well represented in Cameroon, in Douala, which is the economical capital. And also, I think Google signed a contract with a university here. I am not well aware of the terms of that contract, but I know that something is being done in order to foster the development of new technology, especially AI, and that can also be a good opportunity to help many students, African students, who are so well enthusiastic and willing to go deep into those new technologies that are being offered, especially AI, and develop their not only their potential, but also the environment that they live in. Because I do believe that there is a great opportunity if those new technologies are used in order to foster the development of some areas in Africa. For instance, I was talking about the bishop of my diocese, Monsignor Sosten, who is doing extremely well in empowering youth. Right now, we are running a program that is, it is literally école ambulante, a moving school, a school that, because the greatest problem that we have is moving around transportation. So we have huge distances between, villages and places. So for people to move from where they live to where they will be getting knowledge is extremely difficult. So organizing a school that will gather as much as possible student is difficult. So what we are implementing this year is a moving school. So we are training coaches and formators who are going towards the students. So the students have to gather in a common place in the parishes, in their villages, and the student, the teacher, the formator is the one going towards them. So I think that there is an opportunity there with those new technology like AI, even in internet, and those basic means of new means of communication to somehow allow the knowledge to reach those people who are not able to move easily around. So that is a great opportunity. Also, we have to give a summary of my answer to your question. We do have a presence of Microsoft, and Google did sign a contract with a university here in Douala recently. The need
Tentatively,
is
we're going to
there.
have a meeting. You could come to this meeting on the first Wednesday of, I think we set up for the first Wednesday of May.
Exactly. The
And
first one is.
yeah, so I'm inviting a representative from Google to be on that call. Hopefully she's in AI development for Google.
Wonderful.
And we know her from other connections. So we're hoping to have that meeting on that first Wednesday in May. If you could be on
Would
that,
that be like
Michael, also.
9 o'clock?
Yeah,
you're
9
thinking?
o'clock, 9 a.m.
9 o'clock.
Mhm.
Yeah, I will be there, surely. I will surely be there.
Yeah.
God willing.
Yeah. So, and then also, we're going to invite, when I was in Nigeria, they wanted to get an invitation from the mayor to come to San Jose, like for probably next year, for an AI conference that we would organize here in San Jose. If we can't do it in person, the problem is going to be whether our government would give the visas for such a thing. So we could always do it on Zoom if we had to, but we're hoping at least to have the mayor of San Jose give an invitation to some key officials in Nigeria. Now, that could be expanded to other people who'd want to come also, like from Cameroon, but you'd have to fund the trip. Someone would have to fund the trip to, which is expensive, to travel.
Yeah, I guess so. If that happens, I'm opening a door. If that happens, I suggest that we do invite the bishop of my diocese, Monsignor Leopold Sosten, who is very much interested into new technologies and new means of communication. He's actually right now the the head of the Department of Communication, the National Conference of Bishops of Cameroon, and he's really pushing hard so that we develop within the Catholic Church in Cameroon, we develop a presence, an online presence, because that is an area that we have not yet well explored. So he's well skilled. So I'm opening a door. If that happens, I will be very much interested that we extend the invitation to him, since that is his domain, because he has done communication before. I mean, as he was priest, then as a bishop, he's really pushing hard. That can
I
help
think we could
also.
extend an invitation as long as he could fund himself. He might be able
No
to get
problem.
funding. Yeah.
He
And
is able.
he would need to get the visa. You know, that's the only other thing.
Yeah.
If it's on Zoom, it would be easier for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. No matter, I mean, no matter the means, either Zoom or even through
We'll probably start with
Uh,
Zoom. We'll probably
Uh-huh.
start with Zoom, and then we can send the invitation letter once we get clear that these companies would cooperate with us on a major conference, you know, because it takes about 6 to 9 months just to organize a conference, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I will get him connected to what we are doing, and from there we start with a Zoom, and then later on we see what we end up with.
And then if you can get some students for our course from Cameroon. So we already have 3 lined up from Nigeria for a master's program that I sent you the outline of. And then I sent you also Pope Francis's document on AI. Did you get that?
Yeah, I did. I'm on it right now.
Yeah. Did I send that to you, Michael? The Pope Francis has done a very good document on AI.
No, I haven't seen it.
I'll forward it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an excellent statement that he's done on the ethics of AI and how to make it something for the benefit of humanity, not just for profit for the big companies.
And you have to be aware of the risks, but there's big advantages and big benefits possible.
Exactly. And that's what he outlines in this about a 3 or 4 page document. That it's a talk he gave to technology people in Rome. They had a big conference on AI, and he was invited to give a talk there about the future of AI, you know, from the perspective of a religious leader.
Well, Father Sebastien, how is the infrastructure in Cameroon in terms of internet access? So can the people in the villages, you know, get onto Zoom and or is there not the infrastructure there?
There are some areas where infrastructures are well are present and that are well used, like in the major cities like Douala, Yaoundé, Bafoussam. We have 10 regions in Cameroon. So over those 10 regions, there are like 6 to 7 regions that are well connected. So the access to internet is being spread through companies. We have a national company which is Camtel. So that is the public company that is in charge of promoting means of communication, internet, radio, TV. So we have 2 main international companies, MTN, which is a South African company, and Orange, which is a French company. Then those 2 private companies are doing extremely well in terms of connection. So now with your device, like your mobile phone, you are able to be connected and to have access to internet resources, at least within those 6 to 7 regions. Now the other 4 to 3 regions, it depends on when you are in the major cities or towns in those regions, you are able to be connected. You are connected. But when you move within in the interland, the access is a little bit difficult. So that is what is being how do you call they have optic fiber that is now being extended so that the access is can be somehow made easier for the population. So in terms of percentage, I can say it's around 60 to 70% of access to internet. But the problem
Something
that we
that,
are facing now, the problem that we are facing now is just the problem of energy, because we have a very not that the infrastructure of distribution of energy are getting old. So the challenge that the government has now is to renew those infrastructures. So that is the problem that is actually being faced by the population. So access to energy.
Yeah. Do you think you can get 3 students from Cameroon to join our 3 from Nigeria to participate in this? These could be leaders in the development of your country too. You know, they're looking for people that would be facilitators of development and some of the ethical issues that they're going to face. But it would also give them some, you know, form a team of people who are helping each other think through these issues together. And so I'm hoping that you can find 3 people in your country that would want to join 3 from Nigeria. And I think that would give us a core group that could work together on strategizing your particularly around these areas of communication. And I think we can enlist some of the technology companies to be involved with us too, particularly Google.
Yeah, I'm working on it already. I began talking about the program to people around me, especially those who are from the English-speaking part of Cameroon. So I think I will get it. I will get them very. So I'm on it. I'm on it.
Great,
I will
great.
get those.
And you can be their advisor too. You could be the facilitator. You would be part of the team, you and our group in Nigeria. So we would form a partnership with GMU. And I think it could be a very successful program, particularly if we can engage some of these technology companies in facilitating educational tools. You know, like I just got an email from Microsoft. They're offering all the tools that Microsoft has for $30 lifetime license. We might be able to get that funded, you know, for developing countries for almost nothing, you know, so that the licenses could be offered to people who are particularly leaders in the country so that they have access to the most advanced technology, including AI. So that when I met with ChatGPT, they said possibly that could be another thing they could offer, because they already have developed educational programs online that are, you know, from through ChatGPT. Said they might be able to offer a license for you know, for special groups of students. So that's where this could all tie in, getting these technology companies that have already developed educational programs that would be accessible to students.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Yeah. I work on it, and I will get them very soon. I will let you know.
Okay. Do you have any questions, Michael? So that's the project we're working on with both Cameroon and Nigeria. So we have 2 countries already that are interested in working with us, as well as Kenya.
Is there any students in the US who would like to join that group, do you think?
Well, that's a good question. I haven't thought that far. I'm focusing right now on Africa because Africa has unique situations that are quite different than, but I mean, anything's possible, yes. We'd have to find students who it would be nice to get students of African heritage that are living in the United States that have a sympathy for what's going on in Africa. I'm just
and have an understanding of what's going on.
Have an understanding of what they're facing, because it's a totally different situation than we have here in the United States.
I think it's addressing ethics from a spiritual point of view, you know, because
exactly right.
So
you got to bring in anybody that you think you'd want to recommend. We're open to suggestions. So one of our donors has given us funds for Africa. specifically for Africa to provide scholarships for students in Africa. And and actually he funded Father Sebastian's studies, correct? John Raymaker.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So he's been a big supporter of Father Sebastian. He'll be on that call, I hope, on the first Wednesday of May. Father John Raymaker. He was a chaplain in the U.S. military, and when he retired, he decided to get married, and he's still continued his ministry. He's been very active with us. He's one of our founding board members.
Thinking the person you were telling me about, who's a prison chaplain, that person might join this ethics study.
Possibly. I haven't thought that through, but we have a woman who is from Kenya who has just completed her degree in prison chaplaincy.
I
The
think
problem
she's the one
she's
I'm
running
thinking.
into, she doesn't have a green card yet. So she's
Mm.
waiting to get a green card. If she gets a green card, she could get a job in the California prisons, but the Trump administration is holding everything up right now for processing these things. You know, they're trying to expel people, not keep them here, unfortunately.
Right. Does she have
So
a
we have a
visa?
political,
student?
pardon?
Does she have a student visa or some kind of?
She has a work visa with a church that brought her to work with a group of women who are have mental handicaps, and she manages a group of these women, about 8 or 9 of them, in a like a sheltered work, sort of like a sheltered situation. And we just were down there meeting with her when she got her degree from us, as well as her ministry certification. So she's completely qualified to be a prison chaplain. It's just they want, in order to get that job, she needs to have a green card. And that's the problem right now.
I hear you.
Everything's on hold.
I hear you. But I think she could be a valuable member of that ethics study
I'll
group.
ask her to join our group on the first Wednesday of May and see if she's available then. Yeah, it's a good suggestion.
She has a lot of experience.
Her name is Esther Ndidi Khalili. Esther Ndidi Khalili.
You mentioned her.
She might also be able to get some students from Kenya for our program because she's very connected. Esther Nditi Ndidi Khalili, Kaleli. That's her name.
Is there any way that global ministries could support her green card application, or somehow,
well, we're already doing that. We're already doing that as much as we can. I've said we'd give her a letter, and she has a degree from GMU, a Doctor of Ministry degree, which should be more than adequate.
That should be significant, yeah.
And she also has certification as a minister from the Federation of Christian Ministries, which is an organization we helped to found a long time ago. So we have a lot of people that would give her letters of support. It's just everything's closed down right now. She has an attorney even working with her, but he said nothing is moving right now at the to convert a work visa into a green card.
Sometimes marrying a U.S. citizen helps.
That's a good thought.
Does she have any romantic relationship with
I don't
a U.S.
know about
citizen?
that. I have to ask her about that.
Because that could be a shortcut to a green card. I mean, if it's a legitimate relationship, you don't want an arranged marriage. You want a real
I'll bring that up
relationship.
to her. It's a good suggestion. She's a wonderful person. I'll invite her for our meeting on the first Wednesday of May. She's
That's great.
a tremendous person who has also helped us start a project in Kenya of an organic agriculture project that she's helped us to facilitate. So we're doing a lot of things with her in addition to her prison ministry. That she's been volunteering in the prison for like 2 years.
But she has a real understanding of the culture of Kenya then.
Oh yeah, we worked with her in Kenya when she was part of the women's desk of the Interfaith Center in Mombasa. So we've known her for over a decade. When she was in Kenya, we worked with her, and do you have an interfaith organization in Cameroon? Sebastian?
Yeah, we do have, yes, Gerard, we do have some interfaith organizations here in Cameroon, and most of them are based in Douala. I worked with them because I do have an NGO which works with IDPs. As you said, the conflict between the Anglophone part of the country, Francophone part. So we have many IDP left who left the English-speaking part of Cameroon to join the French. So within those people, we have people from various religious background, and I met with some organizations, and we worked together actually to try to help those IDPs to reconnect with life over here. So there are quite a number of them. I know at least two of them. I worked with two of them in Bonaberi, that is in the city of
Esther
Douala.
is a Protestant. She's a Pentecostal, but she's very skilled in interfaith. She's not a Catholic. She's Protestant, but she's very skilled in interfaith, particularly working with women. So it'd be nice to get some women involved with us in this project, because women are great networkers, better than men sometimes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Gerald, who you mentioning who's a Protestant?
Esther Ndidi Khalili is a Protestant. She's a Pentecostal.
Oh, I see. I see.
Well, I think she's kind of a generic Protestant. I think she's worked with different Protestant groups, and it was a Protestant church that sponsored her to come to the United States to work with this project on handicapped women.
But you'd say her early spiritual tradition in Kenya might be Protestant, Pentecostal.
Definitely. Yeah.
That's fine. I mean, she'll bring a lot of experiences, and she's talked to a lot of people. She probably knows
she's
the
a
Catholic tradition.
she's a tremendous networker. She knows a lot of people. And she's a very energetic person that you give her a task and she'll have it done before you can get to the next thing you want to do,
So she'd probably be a good person to contribute to that ethics project.
I think so. Yeah, definitely.
Very good.
Okay, well, I'll invite her for the meeting on the first Wednesday of May.
You use the same link for that meeting, or you set up a new Zoom room?
I think I'll set up a new link. I'll send it to everybody.
Okay.
Well, anything else that you wanted to bring up, Father Sebastian? And Linda, are you still on? Linda, are you on? Are you with us, Linda?
Yes, I'm just listening.
Okay, well, I'm glad you kind of know what we're working on. This is a new project for GMU in Africa.
Yeah, that's why I'm listening, so you won't have to repeat it all over again to me later when I'm trying to do the financial part.
Yeah. So basically, usually we ask students who enroll in GMU, if they have a scholarship, the only requirement is to enroll in GMU, as a student. And that usually is a $25 fee, because we find when students don't have any financial commitment, it's not the same level of commitment. I don't know, is that possible for students in Cameroon?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So I don't know if the diocese would support 3 candidates. Even we don't care who pays the $25, but usually we want to see some financial commitment from students if they're doing a master's program, because they're getting everything else as a scholarship. So we just like to see at least the initial application fee paid by somebody,
Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, it is possible. Yeah, we can get three students who will be able to pay it. I will also talk. I will also talk about it within my network, and I think by the end of May we will get those three students, at least those three students.
Wonderful, wonderful. And then you can be the mentor for those students too. So you would
Okay,
be engaged with
thank you.
them as we go through the program. That would be the idea. And maybe Esther can get free from Kenya, so we can talk with her
Oh,
on next time we get together. Because I think she could do that. She's very well networked in
okay.
Kenya, even though she's in the United States.
I have a question. Is there anything, you know, now the organization part of it is it, but is there any, you know, eventually we'll get a, you know, like a memorandum of understanding or what, you know, what's going on and what's the purpose and what's the,
I think that's a good suggestion. We would get a
Yeah.
memorandum of understanding probably with your diocese, Father Sebastien,
Mhm.
and your bishop to work with us.
Yeah.
And then with the Muslim group, UFOC Dialogue in Nigeria. So the two, this is
Okay.
part of GMU's goal, is to have interfaith collaboration. This would be good. We'd have a Catholic group and a Muslim group working together for the good of
Yeah.
both parties.
Okay, and is this,
Okay.
does this connect with with, you know, like you said, Michael said, and, you know, with the United States? This has nothing to do with the mayor, you know, what you're doing with,
Well, the invitation that was requested was from one of the officials in Nigeria. The head imam, who is funded by the government, asked me if the mayor of San Jose would give an invitation for them to come for a conference on AI and meet other technology companies that are based in San Jose, because we have a lot of the leading companies now right here in San Jose. So it is in a sense connected because I was invited to come to Nigeria by this Muslim group, this dialogue group that has been very active with the Catholic Church in Nigeria. In fact, the Catholic Cardinal is on their board. So it's an interfaith group that sponsored my trip to Nigeria for 2 weeks. And we traveled to 3 different parts of the country. And the Cardinal is part of their board. And I actually was on the dais with him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and so that the reason I'm asking again is because, you know, right now the stages, all these ideas are coming through, and you've got a group of people, you know, somebody should be listening, you know, all of these people that are going to, that you're going to invite and who it's going to be, but what is the main purpose of this thing? It is all connected. Okay,
yeah, the
but it's
main
something,
purpose is
it's something to give to the mayor, it's something to give to the main people, you know, of this is our basic understanding, you know, and I forgot how you said it about the, Michael, you said it, the ethics, something.
Well, Michael, if you could forward that letter you did to Linda, business@globalministriesuniversity.org. I thought your letter was pretty good summary that you
The one
did.
that I sent to the technology
Yeah,
person.
if you could send that to
Yeah.
Linda, because I thought
Sure.
that summarized pretty well.
But it's not only to me, it's to
Well,
all, yeah, it's everyone that's being invited
yeah,
to this, that
Yeah.
ethics part. And, you know, as Father Sebastian, you know, talked about all of these parables of that, we have to keep, I mean, I believe that, you know, keeping the mission statement of Global Ministries University, you know, of bringing all of these different cultures, you know, like you said, Muslims, and, you know, the different countries, you know, coming together, so we have that common understanding, you know, as the what was pointed out in, you know, those parables that you expressed in the first session, you know, that you emphasized. And uh, there is a connection, you know, type of thing. And you know, I'm seeing it, and it's wonderful, but how do we, you know, simple, make it simple? And this is what our basic of what we're
Michael,
trying.
we have a board meeting on Friday. If you could come to that meeting when we have when I give my
Well,
report.
I think it's at early stages. You don't have it yet. You need, that's your one of the steps to get it, so that you can present it to you know, you're going to be inviting these people, Father Sebastian, and you're mentioning these other people of what you're saying to them. What is the um, the three or four main things that you're trying to get it together. This is the beginning, and inviting. It's wonderful. It's all coming together. And I know that your meeting, you said May 1st, that you're gonna have all these people together. It's just there. I'm just throwing out a little
Yeah.
suggestion here. I'm not part of your greed.
Yeah. Michael, if you want to come to our meeting, I'd like to introduce you as the person I'm working with on this project. On Friday at 9 o'clock, we have a board meeting on Zoom. I'll send you the link. Are you available
It's
Friday
not at
morning?
9 o'clock. It's
Excuse me, 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm sorry.
1 o'clock Pacific time.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
I
see,
think
Michael, this is a board meeting and it's going to be discussing many other things. This is not the main topic, okay? This is when Jerry talks about what's future of what we're looking at, what our next steps are. He's going to present part of
I
that
just thought I'd
during the board
introduce
meeting.
you as
Yeah,
someone
it's just a beginning, of it.
Friday I'm on a trip
Oh,
during the
okay,
day.
so it's not,
It's for the math department. It's a workshop, but it's out of
okay,
town. But
that's
but
fine.
I'd
Then
be happy.
I'll just
I'd be
mention your
happy.
name then.
Yeah,
I'll
I'd be
mention,
happy to attend the next meeting.
okay, very good. Okay, I think we've covered everything we need to today, unless, so we'll reconvene the first Wednesday of May. What is that date? The first Wednesday of, what date is that?
Wednesday of May. Let's see.
Yeah, first Wednesday.
The first Wednesday is the 7th. May 7th is the first
7th.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
7th, yeah, that's it. 7th.
Okay,
Wednesday 7th.
Yeah. 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 May 1st is a Thursday, so May 7th is the first Wednesday.
I'm wondering if we would want to do it. I'm just looking at my schedule. I might have a conflict on the 7th. Let me see here. I'm going to Michigan. Let's see the date I go to Michigan.
Yeah, the reason I brought this up to you, you mentioned the Pope's idea on AI and that, and the things that I've heard from you, Father Sebastian, and that you making the connection of the parables and the whole idea, it's universal. It's not just one religion or one point of view. It's a common, of oneness. And that's who we are as human beings, to want to reach out and to help, with each other and doing that. So uh, Jerry is the action person. He's making all these connections, going over here, doing this, and trying to pull people together. And I've experienced that in the last what was it, 4 years that I've been with Global Ministries doing it, to see him in action. So.
Okay, I'm looking at
To see
my
him in action,
schedule.
you really have to go to Nigeria with him and hear him speak, right?
Uh, Yeah, yeah. Actually, that was the idea when we began this course to try to show that the particularity of those parables is that they are not just limited to the Christian world, but they are open to the whole humanity. Actually, that is what is
Mhm.
behind the teaching of those parables. So we have to come out of the box and thinking that managing finances, economics is just something that has to be done to serve just a small, little group of people, but to be open to the whole humanity. And if we do not go back to the root, and here in Africa, we say that human beings are fundamentally, related to a divine creator. So if we do not go back to the divine creator in order to find our way, we are surely running towards the walls. And nothing else or nothing better than the parables to reconnect ourselves to that humanity we are looking for in the economic and the financial world and environment.
Mhm.
I'm okay for the 7th. My trip to Michigan is on the 11th, so I'm okay. And then another project we're looking at is maybe to do a book with you and on this topic of how Muslims and Christians can work together using the scriptures of both traditions. The parables could be one example, and then some of the scriptures in the Islamic tradition, including the Quran and the Hadiths and so on, how these can be a basis for an ethical framework for the future of humanity. You know, so we're looking at possibly GMU doing a book that you and Professor
Feluza.
our professor in Sfezula in Nigeria could work, could put together. But it has to be more than just stating the parables. It has to be applying the ethical principles to society in some way. In other words, it has to show how we can apply these principles to bring about a more just and harmonious society. And that in both traditions playing a role in that. That would be the idea.
Sterling could help with that kind of writing. I think his philosophy background could come into play there.
Sterling is part of our team for producing. We have a fellow that is a PhD from Cornell that works with us in publishing. That's Dr. Sterling Harwood. So once you and Fazula have worked out your what you're going to deliver.
Exactly. We are working on it already. So we made already a draft of what we will be going through, and now we are coordinating the work in such a way that as soon as we launch it, each one knows already which area he will be writing on. Then once we agree on it, I think the next step will be to begin writing. So we did already a skeleton of what we will be going through. As you said, we are making a kind of mixture, not mixing as such, putting side by side Christianity and Islam, and as that's what I was saying the other day. We can even make an opening to other religion like Buddhism, which John is an expert on, so that might also be another opening. Maybe you think about it and you tell us. But with Dr. Fezula, we have already drafted something, and what we are doing right now is coordinating the different works of each one of us. So it's already been done. I think by Friday it will be done already with the draft of the skeleton.
Well, when you have your draft, you can send it to me, and Dr. Harwood is our editor for GMU. He does editing
Definitely,
for us.
we shall.
Yeah. So we just finished a book on Fratelli Tutti, and that's being published now on Kindle. It's just out now on Kindle from our last big conference in 2023. So yeah, this would be a good project.
Yeah, I do believe so.
Yeah, well, thank you very much, Michael, for joining us, and Linda. And the 7th will be our next time together. And meanwhile, we'll work on the letter to the mayor.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Okay. Not a question, but a word of gratitude. Thank you, Professor Gerard. Thank you, Professor Michael, Linda. Thank you to all of you for giving me this opportunity to explore this new adventure. And it has been a great time. These 4 weeks, we worked together. We had the time together. It was very interesting with the introduction of Dr.
Fazula.
Last week. It made Fezula, sorry. So it made it even deeper than what we thought at the beginning. And I'm so
Yeah.
grateful for the input of Dr. Michael also. So it helped us last week to dig down into that topic. So and we are not just making it a stop here, but moving towards something that will really impact people's life, and I think we would have achieved our goal by doing so.
I'll be right down. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. We'll see you on the 7th then.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, terrific.
Goodbye. Have a
Bye-bye.
great week.
Bye.
Thank you.